everyone. It is Wednesday, the 15th of November. We're halfway through November already. Rocking November. How are you today? What are you and you, but most importantly, yes, you. What are you grateful for today? How are you doing? Tell me about your day and what you are grateful for. That is what I come here to find out. It is. That is what I want to know on this Wednesday night. That is. What is going on in your world tonight? As I bop on here. If I can get the internet to cooperate with me. There I am. There. How are things halfway through November already? We are. I have been rocking all over the place today. Rocking all over the place is what I've been doing. Yes, I am. What is going on in your world? I can't believe where we are today already. November's been good. That is what it is. It is, things are good. And I hope things are good in your world tonight. I have obviously been on the road today. I can't tell you the last time I had a tie on. So I can't tell you that, but I'm glad to be here. Hey, Gary, how are you? How are things in Florida tonight? I hope all is well in Florida. And, well, I'm guessing Florida is still warmer than it is here. It has been a cool day here. It has been a cool day here in New England. Not brutal cold or anything, but cool. Rainy. Well, sorry, but rain brings the flowers. Rain brings the flowers. Ooh, I'm dropping things now. If that brings you any solace there, right? We need the rain. You need a little bit. I don't like. I'm with you. I don't want to I don't want to always be rainy. I don't want to be. I don't want to be Seattle rainy or anything like that. Or where it just rains every day. But there is beauty in those raindrops, and life is about playing in the puddles. Life's about playing in the puddles. How about that? Can we play in the puddles? There's an analogy for you. How's that? We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Both Facebook and YouTube. Any problems with Facebook? Hop on over to YouTube. I'm over there, over here. A little bit of everywhere. A little bit of everywhere. A little bit of this direction. A little bit of that direction. It's all good. Well, I have just been going, Angie. I just listened to the door. I've just been going. I looks good though, doesn't it? I mean, maybe that's where a tie more often. Maybe that's where a tie. You'd probably hang me from this tie if I wore a tie more often, but maybe I should wear a tie more often. Some say it made me look distinguished today. Some say it made me look distinguished today. Official, even. I've just been going. See, April says it looks good on me, and we'll go with April. April says it looks good. And April can't be wrong. She's not sucking up to the guy that writes her check or anything, signs her check. I have the illusion of power. Not much power, but I have the illusion of it. Let's go to a year of positive thinking. We are on the 15th of November. Smiling helps. When you least feel like it, smile. Even a tiny one makes a big difference. You are not smiling to pretend to be happy, but instead because it's difficult to be unhappy and smile at the same time. Smiling is simply showing yourself a bit of grace during hard times. It does not mask your feelings, but instead lightens the weight of whatever you're carrying. A smile offers temporary relief. It's a gift that you can give yourself at any moment. So smile. Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It is good to be here with you all. It is good to be here with you all, and be here tonight. I have been on the road today. I have been at uh, the first part of the day at the Retail Association of Massachusetts Retail of Excellence Awards, which was an amazing day, and heard some stories of some amazing retailers. I'll share some of those out in the coming days because it really was a day of excellence with that. Hearing stories of seven retailers were honored. Seven retailers were honored with over 400 years of retail experience. So between all of them, seven retailers, 400 years. That's like what, 57 years a piece on average? From brand new retailers to uh, retailers with over 100 years in the business. It was really amazing. It was really amazing to hear their stories, how they overcame. I mean, one of the new ones was actually really funny. She opened during the pandemic. She was so stressed during the pandemic. She was at home and she was so stressed during the pandemic and life and stressful. And she said, I know what I'll do to break this stress. I'll open a retail store. Yeah, no stress in that. No stress in having a store. That was a brilliant idea. But it was amazing. It was amazing, and I'll post some of the videos and things from this event because it really the stories that these businesses have and tell and the lessons that they learned. And the keynote speaker at it was actually a gentleman who built his father's stores, him and grandfather's stores, worked in his grandfather's furniture stores, and then sold them to Warren Buffett. And I have some wonderful, and he still runs them. Still runs them for Warren Buffett. About to order opening new store in Connecticut. I didn't actually realize he was opening this location in Connecticut in a few weeks. And he's all about shoppertainment and creating entertainment through shopping. And I will share some stories with that. But none of that is what I said I promised you I would talk about tonight. But I just wanted to let you know what's going on there. Hey, Kitty, how are you tonight? Great to have you here live in Illinois. So I said we're going to talk about wages, okay? Because wages, and it's been a hot store from around the country. Especially, I've been hearing from more stores that have had historically lower minimum wages and such. I've been really spending a lot of time lately answering questions about wages. And so I'm going to compare to what the big guys are doing. And the example I want to use tonight is Starbucks. So I want to talk about Starbucks for a little bit. Because Starbucks has a very interesting plan on what they are doing. They've announced what will be happening with their associates this year for raises starting in January. And they've invested more than 20% of its profits for the most recent fiscal year in training and new equipment. That's going to be key. Uh, and their cash compensation for workers. Starbucks said cash compensation for workers has increased by nearly 50% uh, since 2020. Now, that's partly in the form of higher wages and partly in the form of expansion of hours. Okay. Um, and so, what Starbucks is doing, and my printout came out weird, but I've got it here. Hang on one second. I just got to go to a different screen. Where's my screen here? I know I have it. Oh, there it is. Here it comes. Because I want to make sure I quote this correctly on what they are doing. So in January, if you have been employed with Starbucks for 2 years or less, okay, you will get a raise of at least 3%. So if you've been employed by Starbucks for 2 years or less, you will get a raise of 3%. Employees with 2 to 5 years, so that is under 2 years of service, are 3%. 2 to 5 years of service will get at least 4%. Okay. And if you have 5 years or more of service, you'll get at least a 5% bump in pay. Okay. So under 2 years, 3%. 2 to 5 years, 4%. And 5 years or more, 5% is what Starbucks is doing for raises headed into 2024. 2024. Can I? Whoa, that I already got to be saying 2024. So that is the plan for Starbucks. That is their financial plan, compensation plan, and that is very interesting. Now you caught me in the thing I said a moment ago, okay, about that their compensation. They have spent more than 20% of their profits, okay, in the last year into wage increases, training, and new equipment. Okay, so training is efficiencies. How do we level up? How do we get better? How do you learn to make these drinks quicker, faster, more accurately? Training, equipment. Okay, things that make their job easier, faster, that require less people involvement. Yes, automation. Okay, where can Starbucks use automation to make that more efficient? Uh, the In the new terminal in the Orlando airport, some of you that came to make it happen, if you flew in the new terminal, Terminal C at Orlando, the Starbucks there in past the security checkpoint. So there's a Starbucks outside in the main area in Terminal C, but there's a big Starbucks in the secure area of the terminal. The food prep area there is designed unbelievable efficiency. How many one guy can handle all the food orders because he is just banging that out, and it's just really fast, 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 fast. Um, but that's only half the story. Okay, that's not sustainable. Okay, you can't have 20% increase. You can't spend 50% more on labor hours. That's not sustainable. So part of Starbucks' initiative is they will cut costs. Their goal is to cut costs by $3 billion a year. $3 billion a year. Okay, by 2030. That's 6 years from now. Cut costs by $3 billion a year. Okay, and 1 billion of that 3 billion, 1 billion, one third of that savings will just come from efficiencies in store. 1 billion of that 3 billion will come just from the efficiency in store. And I know I'm tossing out huge numbers here. Okay, billions of dollars. Nobody that's tuning in here is dealing in billions. And I'm working with stores dealing from thousands to dealing with millions. But I'm not dealing with anybody that's dealing with billions. Okay. Um, and that, but that is huge. What Starbucks is saying that they're doing, and the numbers are huge. This is what you need to be doing in your stores because this is the same effect that's happening to you. Your wages are going up. You're using more hours because you're trying to do more things, trying to get things listed on your website, on Poshmark, on eBay, on all these other sites. And that's taking more time. But you have to look at ways to become more efficient. How do you take the steps to do the things you need to do? Okay, so you can be doing one to many. so that you can, have a work area set up so that people aren't taking extra steps, going extra places, so that you can use technology, okay, which may cost money up front. You may have to buy a computer, a tag printer, a scanner, a different kind of tagging mechanism, so that you can tag more merchandise more effectively. Okay, but that is what brings that cost back down. So we're going to spend money on this to bring the cost back down, and that's what Starbucks is doing. So they're investing in their people. They're spending their money on this now. 1% again, under 2 years. Uh, 2%, 3%. You know, that is what they are doing. Okay. Yeah, 3%, 4%, 5%. 3% if they're under 2 years, 4% to raises from 2 to 5 years, and 5 years or more, at least 5%. And the investment in additional hours, okay, but they are looking at ways to streamline their menu, okay, to simplify the drink making process. What can they do to do that? And that's what you have to do in your store operation. Okay, we have to be looking at store operation to what can we streamline? What can we put down a different pipe? What can we do to get the right person doing the right thing at the right time? Okay, these instances of inefficiency, as your cost of labor is going up, you minimize its impact. Okay, because it doesn't make this tie worth more. And we know I never wear a tie. I can't tell you the last time I wore a tie before today, but it does minimize that impact. Okay, because there's only so much this is worth. We have to sell more for a higher price faster. Okay, and that's what Starbucks is saying. Starbucks is saying the same thing. They're just saying it on a bigger scale. They're just saying, so I'm bringing it down. I'm bringing it down. You may have to do the same thing as Starbucks. You may have a 3% raise, or a 4% raise, or a 5% raise. And some of you that are in lower wage states are starting to see some of that acceleration of wages. Okay, but you mitigate that. Okay, not by throwing your arms up and saying I can't do this or there's no way to do this. You mitigate these wage increases by getting more efficient. You get more efficient by changing your process, by not looking at ways that we've always done things, but looking for new ways um, and new ideas, and you do it with new technology. Okay, and using technology more. That's exactly Starbucks playbook. They published it. Okay. This is exactly, they've told Wall Street what they're going to do. They've told their employees what they're going to do. Okay. They've told America what they're going to do. But that is how you do it in your store. Okay. And it starts by looking in the mirror. It starts by putting everything. There are no sacred cows in your stores. Every process goes under the microscope. Okay, as a part of getting more efficient. That doesn't change what you have to do January 1st, maybe to raise your wages, because there's a lot of wage increases coming January 1st. But it does change what you do after January 1st, and how you approach things in your store, okay, to make your stores more amazing, okay, and more amazingly efficient. That is going to be the challenge, and we're going to work together to find greater ways to make you more efficient in your store and to get you to think outside your box. Okay, because the box of your head is what holds us back. This mind is what holds us back. You do not have to be held back by that, because the best of you is yet to come. The best of you is yet to come. The best of your store, because retail is not dead. Okay, your store is not dead because the wages are going up. Okay, but we have to keep it in balance. We want to keep the store in balance. We want to keep the wages in that your ultimate what you're spending on wages in balance, even though individual percentages and individual rates of pay may go up. So we're going to get you off that hamster wheel. We're going to get you different ways and make it amazing. We are going to make it amazing, because a big part of Starbucks efficiency is just better training, knowing and doing better, so that our people which are our greatest asset, are even more efficient and better able to serve our customers. You know what else we do? This video and everything I talk about, this video and everything I talk about, is over on the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this series. You can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring the bell, ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business. Butcher the basic. So we can help everybody. Everybody's running better business. I'm here every Sunday and Wednesday at more 8 than it. Sunday and Wednesday at more 8 than it. But if you have a question, you can email me, Neil, Neil at nextlevelresale.com. Neil at nextlevelresale.com. We start our day with a year of positive thinking from our friend April. Tonight we're on November 15th. Smiling out. When you least feel like it, smile. Even a tiny one makes a big difference. You're not smiling to pretend to be happy, but instead because it's difficult to be unhappy and smile at the same time. Smiling is simply showing yourself a bit of grace during hard times. It does not mask your feelings, but instead lightens the weight of whatever you're carrying. Smile offers temporary relief. It's a gift that you can give yourself at any moment. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Give yourself a gift. Smile. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil. And I feel like it's a party. Wedding of our next lady, if you will, party, if you will, Thanksgiving. That's a party. But until then, and until Sunday night at more 8 a.m., know that you and you, but most importantly, you. Yes, I'm talking to you. Smile. You're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. It's time for dinner.